Sunday Sharpe do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe do 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 do. That's kind of stuck now, hasn't it? Greetings, hello everybody. Hope everyone is fine and dandy. Oh God, I've been watching too much Rebecca, vocal athlete, on YouTube. Do apologise. Yes, hope everyone is well, happy, healthy, and had good chances to get plenty of wet fingers this week. That's all. That's what the hobby's about. Getting your fingies wet. Well, maybe slightly. Well, fingers and forearms and elbows and armpits. And if you've got anything that hangs over, yeah. So that aside, we have some people here. As we'll not the usual start out. Well, this is going to be work again, so we'll be slightly shorter tonight. I'll finish at 7:30, and the clocks have changed in the UK, so yeah. So we'll start with the Hayes. Hey, Scott and Gnarly, how you both doing? So what's been occurring in the fishy room this week? Well, things done by me. Obviously, we sold a bunch of bristly noses last weekend, so we now have one empty tank. One has just got cribbies in and no plex, thankfully. Cribbies and plex, cribbies and plex, shellies, just cribbies. Vroom vroom. Howdy Tapper Tom, you mad mo, are you? How you diddling? So yeah, so we've had a move around in there. We've now got subtract one. We've got about 70-ish bristle noses now in the big tub with what looks like might be the remains of a crib. Oops. And yeah, there's about 20 to 30 cribensis in there now. Scott, thank you for doing the stream. For some reason people put them on the list at the times and then don't do the streams. Yeah, well, I try and do it every week if I can. I've missed a couple, mostly I think both due to illness, which we appreciate. You get ill sometimes, or life stuff happens. I'm not defending anyone who's done it, and sometimes people try it, they go get all into it, and then don't really enjoy it. Depression pretty bad, and the fish fry helps a lot. You're more than welcome, Scott. If there's anyone who knows about depression, it's me. I think I was first diagnosed at about 14, and I think it's safe to say I've pretty much been depressed my entire life since. So that's 30 years. I carry plenty of scars, both mental and physical, from it. So if you want to chat about anything, you know where to find me. But yeah, as I say, we see it regularly. People start up YouTube channels, do a few videos, or maybe quite a few, and then either get bored, decide it's not for them, or perhaps the same things happen with some live streams. And there are some larger channels I've not heard anything from in quite a while. I'll actually have to get into contact with those people just to check they're okay. But yeah, I'll say Fish Fam's a great group of people. So all I try to do with my streams is have a bit of a laugh on a Sunday evening. Don't take anything too serious. And if I can have people leaving my stream whenever I finish it with a bit of a smile on the face, job done. That's why I do it. I do it because I enjoy it. I get a chance to have a natter with people, and I don't actually have to see them. They're not actually here getting in my go away, be gone vile thing. Hello Mary. lurk away, my dear, lurk away. I'm not going to go into why I've not been around on certain streams of late. Let's go with religious political beliefs. We'll go with that and we'll leave it there. Yeah. It's one of those where I find it best to just cut contact. Don't do anything else about it. Don't slate people. Don't try and bring people down. Just not for me. Fair enough. I'll just move on and find something else. You know, that's just the way it is. Quiet life. So, what else has been happening in the fishy room? So, obviously, yes, we had the move around, clearing space, which I hoped I was going to have space for a while, until I got up yesterday morning and Spotty the bristlenose has got another cave full of eggs. Looks like the cribs may have laid again, but there's been trouble in paradise there. They've definitely had a fight because Missy Crib basically has an eye falling out and is blind on that side now. But Mr. Crib, he knows he's done wrong. Let's put it that way. He knows he effed up. And he's been very quiet and very hidey-uppy. So he's learnt his lesson, I think. But grand scheme of things, excuse me, cold has gone. I just got the leftover cough and gunk on the chest. Been smoking 30 years. It happens. It's not like I'm short of a crib or two. It's sad if we lose any of our fishies. But if I'm going to lose any of them, to be honest, the cribs are the ones, because they were on the I might sell them list anyway. So it's not too big of a drama. Obviously, if she looks like she's going downhill badly, I will do something about it, but she seems fairly healthy. Yeah. Here he says healthy and happy, despite the eye hanging out. I'm pretty sure I couldn't pop it back in, and I'm pretty sure she probably wouldn't let me either. Well, it should be easier to catch now because she's blind on one side, but yeah. And then we moved Tanky back into the CPD tank for a short while because I went up to Norwich, the local Maidenhead Aquatics, kind of a chain fish store we have in the UK, and picked up a pair of, now teeth in for this one. At least they didn't have the ones I was going to get because no way I could pronounce that. But so we got a male and female pair of Apistogramma agassizii fire reds, which we can't show you unfortunately because they're in the tank that's right around the other end down by the front door. There will be a video showing what's been going on. And that was only part of my splurging this week. Technically, I got them free. How can I put it? I had some store credit that I kind of forgot I had. Oops. Yeah, so I forgot I had store credit, so I got the pair of pistos for free. Oh, gnarly. I got female EBO, hasn't been eating the last few days. She was the one in the spawning shop. Not sure why she's being so blah. No idea. So if there's anything you can never accuse my happy caras, because that's what I call them. Don't I? I call you happy caras because you always got little smiles on your faces, haven't you? Yes. Apart from you, you're called donkey because you keep donking your head on things. Yeah, they're little piggies. I could, whatever I chuck in there, they'll eat. I even threw in a spider the other day. That soon disappeared. Oh, New person. Pose disabled keeper of fish. Well, welcome aboard, Pose. Not quite your typical fishy live stream. We do go all over the place, and some of the subject matter gets a bit weird, sometimes a bit dark, but we try and keep it funny. Yeah, maybe it's a spawning. She's just not quite with it. Yeah, just give her a few days or a week or so. I mean, as long as she's not getting worse, that's the important thing. You never know; she might be finding other things to eat in the tank. You might have a bit of belly ache after laying eggs or something like that. Was that just a little argument between my happy carers? Eh? I've got a funny feeling someone's getting ready to breed. Oh, good God. Yeah. So just keep an eye. I say, excuse me. Try different foods, that kind of thing. I say just generally just leave her be, unless she's obviously showing signs of distress. Yeah, it could be the other three are trying to get their end. If the other three are males, they could all be trying to get their end away with her. But then I would have thought she would have been fine, but the males would be looking a bit second-hand. Hello! There's a Pammy Pam Pam. A Pamula. A sweet little old lady, if you would. I can get away with saying that because I'm a couple of thousand miles away. Don't try it if you're within driving distance. Plus, I know I'll get it back at some point anyway. And there's Big J, welcome aboard. So that covers new fishies, multiplying fishies. Just got added to the hit list. Oh, you can hit me anytime, Pam. As long as I'm below Thomas on that list, we're okay. Lovely Priscilla. Hello, my darling. How the devil are you? And anyone I've actually missed because, you know, I'm old and crap. So I said I've had a spree. Can't just be a couple of apistos that I got for nothing. However, adding in other things, basically what I got this week has cost me nothing. It is, if I add it up, it's all come from YouTube channel monetization stuff. So people watching the videos, people leaving lovely super chats, that kind of thing. Ian, how you diddling? Yeah, I'm all right. Just everyone else. So yeah, we'll start out with the easier stuff. So we got a third one of the Fluval U1 filters. So these top two tanks now have Fluval U1s in them, as they get rather poopified. You can imagine a 5-gallon tank with 30 odd Brisson and 30 odd Crebensis. They get a bit messy. And you might be able to tell behind me, especially if I've got the timings wrong, and it starts turning itself off. We have the Nycrew Slim LED Plants Aquarium Light. It's not one of the fully programmable ones. I think it was actually 40 quid off of Amazon. So, you know, not an expensive light by any stretch, but better than what I had in there. I hope. Well, it's brighter anyway. And the lead is long enough. And also having the automatic timer on there means I don't have to stretch around the back of the tank every morning and turn the light on and scare the pants out of the Icaras. Because it will gradually come on its own and gradually ramp down at night. As long as it doesn't leave the blue on overnight, because then I will be grumpy. Although I'll turn the blue right down, so it shouldn't be a problem. We got. I aimed to get a few plants, but Pets at Home were virtually sold out, so we just got one of the Tropica Crypticorn Willisii. You'll understand why we got that in a minute. Miss Max Socks is the Soxy lady. How are you? We got a couple of bits of rock. I don't know what kind of rock. It just looks cool. I thought, yeah, that'll look good in the tank. And you know, the size of my tanks, I don't really need large pieces of rock. And just, if I can actually reach and grab it with my magic shoulder at this angle, just about. We have a 5 kilo, 11-pound bag of JBL Zanzibar Dark Sand. And a lot of this is because I had a 50% off voucher turn up for Pets at Home this week. Pets at Home being the UK chain store version. And it's Cole. Hello, Festa. How are you diddling? Good to see you here. So, yeah, 50% off. I'm not going to buy fish food, am I? I'm not going to go out and buy a bag of bug bites. So I had to measure up as to what I can fit and where I can fit it. Yeah. We have a third Fluval Flex, this time the 9-gallon version, which will be replacing the CPD tank. Mainly because I really don't like that tank. It's the only one I've got with white plastic trim. The light's pretty awful. I have nothing but algae problems and stuff in that tank. So, yeah. I could have gone for a 15, but then it would have made getting up and downstairs a little tricky. I mean, it'd been fine for me, but Mary's a little wobblier on her feet. Other people aren't quite so delicate. So I went with the 9-gallon. I did have the not the Flex, Spec 17. But again, given the size of the unit that it's going to be sitting on, it would have overhung the sides. Even if I'd used a big bit of wood to lengthen it out, which I would have done, it would have been hanging over the size of the little, the tiny little bedside cabinet type unit quite a long way and would be very unstable. So I didn't think that was a good idea. So this would just go exactly where the other little 25-litre one is. And hey, it's a Fluval Flex. I know what I'm getting. I know how they work. Yeah, it's not like I haven't got 2 of them set up and running already. So yeah, there will be, obviously there'll be a video on that, video on the Fluval U1, one on the Nicrew Lite, one on the new fishies and move arounds and stuff. I might, what? It's one of those things that I'd like to do a setting up a tank video from scratch, but the problem I'm going to have if I try and do it with this one is I'm going to have to find a home for the fish that are in the tank that's where this is going. So, and you know, I'd rather not have Tanky and the 8 CPDs just like swimming around in a jug of water for a few hours while I figure all that out. So we'll see how that goes as to whether I get around to it. And not just for the modelers, you can't really see much, but there's a few Necron warrior figures. Games Workshop Warhammer. Don't worry about it if you're not interested in. Yeah, just something to try and get some mojo back for building models. Hey Laurie, how are you? And wants to get a Fluval tank. Yeah, I can't knock them. So I've got 2 flexes, 3 now. That's a Fluval Roma, Fluval filters. Everything I've bought that has the Fluval name on it has worked really well. It does the job you want it to and doesn't break or go wrong very easily. Touch wood. So yeah, admittedly this means I've now got 2 spare flex remotes, but you know, minor problem. Means I've got 2 spare batteries without having to figure out which size it is and where I can get one when the battery dies, which is going to be quite a while because like the button gets pressed 4 times a day. It's like on, off, off. Battery's going to last a while in that remote. So yes, I think that's everything I got. Yeah, pistos, all that. Yeah, as I say, basically, I mean, even if I were to take it as I paid for it all, I think I ended up. Yeah, overall, I ended up spending a tenner more than the tank is normally on sale for. So, yeah. So yes, thanks to the wonderful people who have either watched the videos and put up with whatever bad, god-awful adverts you get given, or sent super chats, or PayPals. Yeah, that's what I've been doing this week, as I had a short week at work and a few days off, for which the boss is punishing me by making me go in tonight at 8 o'clock. Oh well. Oh, I've given what I've seen in the group chat lately. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Eek. And yeah, I think that's where we stand. I don't think I've got anything else to report. As you may be able to hear, the cold is getting better. So just general gunkiness now. I think it's probably mostly hay fever left over in my nose. And yeah, just a bit of a cough. Hey, heavy smoker, so I normally have a cough most of the time. The biggest problem was every time I cough, not COVID. But when it's gone all nice and chesty and chunky, it's obviously not a COVID cough. Yeah. So there we are. And yesterday I did the interview on Black Rifle Model Works channel. That seemed to go quite well. It's easy because I know Luke quite well. I pretty much knew most of the people asking questions in the chat as well. And they knew me, so I knew there's no point asking the ones that are meant to embarrass the person being questioned. Or they already knew what my answers would be. Oh, there she is. There's the lovely Marit. How are you, my darling? Here's my little Pokemon hunter. So yes, that's where we stand. Before anyone asks, Marit, yes, I did get that tank today. No, I didn't get any White Cloud mounted minnows. So yes, Jess is lurking and shopping as usual. We shall try not to cause any hassle in the shop. Yeah, oh, I know, Michael. Yeah, Paul and the guys like to roast the people they interview. Yeah, so the thing is, they know there's no point trying to roast me because I'll roast them back. They're not going to embarrass me, are they? You know, conversational subjects that have come up in Hangouts over the past. Yeah, it's just not worth trying. I'm wonderful, thank you, Marek. Always better for seeing you. Even if it is just a teeny tiny picture from about 4 feet away. Still see that cute little nose. Yes. So, yeah. That is pretty much where I'm at. Obviously, I did have to have a bit of a tidy up in the cave so I could actually get the laptop on the workbench to do the interview. I say tidy up. I mean, I just moved stuff out of the way of where the laptop was going to go, which meant I barely had enough room on the bench for my backies in, anywhere for me to lean. So, yeah, it worked out okay. Well, it could be worse. Could be like mine. So that has been my week. Basically that, along with catching up on chores and naps and filming videos that will be coming out shortly. What have I got? I think I've got 4 or 5 already filmed, so we should be okay for a while now. So the problem with putting out new content is I hadn't been buying or doing anything new, so I didn't really put anything out. There's only so many look around my fish tanks videos that you can do before you even start getting bored of filming them. And the rack is level. It's just the water levels in the tanks just happen to coincide with making it look like it's on the slant. Oops. Hey, worse things happen at sea or in Thetford. Hey, nobody goes to Thetford if they can help it. Behave, happy carers. Yeah. I spotted you earlier nipping Spazzy. You'll regret that you do that again. He'll turn around and he'll nip you back, and he's got a lot bigger mouth. With a lot bigger toothies. Yes, he has. Yeah, I get the funny feeling they're making a nest down there. Not like a container ship blocking the Suez Canal, no. Yeah, how the hell they manage that, I don't know. Because those things are basically piloted by GPS. So I've got no idea what went wrong there. Did you see the vid? I have not seen it yet. I didn't get a notification, Mary, but I shall watch it as soon as I can. Did you make sure to be careful of tank reflections? Because that is something we all have to be careful of. If you're going to take photos of your tank or do videos on your tanks, watch out for reflections. Just at least just make sure you're dressed. There was a picture I saw in one of the Facebook groups this week where I'm definitely not going to name who it was. It wasn't anyone here or sort of a fish fan person. And bless her. How to put it, she was nude. It was a case of she just got up, turned on the light, noticed something in the tank, and just taken a quick picture with her phone. Hadn't checked the reflection, so I kind of let her know, you might want to take that picture down. Yeah. I know, Marek, you were fully dressed, but it's an easy mistake to make her. We've all done it. We've all grumbled out of bed, crawled downstairs, turned on the lights, seen something new in the tank, and wanted to take a picture or video of what's happened. Yeah, just be careful. So while I have no problem with looking at naked or semi-naked females, yeah, just don't. Unless it is a sneaky, stealthy way to send people naughty pictures. Hadn't thought of that one before. Here's a picture of my fish tank. Reflection of a building swinging in the wind. Yeah, that's probably been done. No, I haven't done it. Well, not on purpose anyway. I caught it. The one time I did do that in a video, I caught it and reshot the video. The other time I was wearing boxers, so you couldn't see anything anyway. And the legs are scary enough. Nobody wanted to look past that, so. I've done it before with a modelling video as well, because I use a overhead camera mount looking straight down at the desk. What I hadn't realised was me sat there in my boxers. These weren't a nice, tighty, snug pair of boxers. They were a loose pair, loose, thin cotton. It was hot and sunny and horrible weather. And I sat there and I filmed about an hour and a half's worth of video. And then when I went to sort of, because I do give all my videos a quick watch through just to make sure nothing stupid happened, like for some reason there's no sound or the picture's completely out of focus or something like that. Or there's some hardcore pornographic model just snuck into frame or something. Yes, I do have some of those. Yeah, that was when I noticed that not only could you see between the edge of the bench and me, you could see down, and you couldn't just see the top of my legs. There was meat and two veg on show. Yeah, exactly, Mike. At least I'm not like Tony. Mind you, there is that picture of me licking my nip that made at least 3 people quit ISM when Paul used it as a hangout photo. Oh, that was hilarious. It was like, can you lick your nip? I was like, well, I'll give it a go. See what happens. And then, yeah. How to make people rage quit a modelling group. Hello, Select Pet. How the devil are you? Little wavy. Nice to see you. Always nice to see everyone. So even if you're just tuning in to lurk, just say hi. Then at least I know who's here and who's lurking. Yeah, not that I'm going to change what I talk about, but hey, as you probably gathered from about 10 minutes into these, I have no clue what the heck I'm going to be talking about throughout the rest of it. So, yeah, conversation is mainly driven by what you guys put in the chat. If you ask me questions about modelling or whatever, kind of lurking, doing some long needed spring cleaning. So, see, me being the energy efficient, lazy person that I am, I would say I'm kind of lurking, doing some procrastinating so I don't have to carry on with the spring cleaning. Yeah, I know that feeling. I really should get around to doing that at some point. I need to do the garden first, though. Well, I mean, Tony just had to speak to do that, Michael. I mean, especially when he's had a couple of drinks and gets a bit excited. Because then even I had to ask Al to actually, translate from Ouija into English or into Scottish. Yeah, there's only so much seeing Tony in his dressing gown you can take for a while. No, it could have been worse. Could have been me in a dressing gown. That would have been a nasty view. See my mood swinging around. I really do need to get myself a bra. Probably have to be at least a B cup, I would think. So yeah, if anyone's got like a spare 42B cup, yes, I am that large around, kind of barrel shaped. Yeah, it'd probably fit me about right. Yeah. We've all seen what is underneath that dressing gown, Michael. Don't worry, we've seen more than that as well. Not just of Tony. You know, other halves wandering into the back of shop. We've seen yes. I'm not going to say which ones it was, but I'm fairly familiar with what's what some of the hangout guys, ladies look like in their underwear. It's one of those things you kind of forget. I mean, it's okay if you're in you're in your man cave and everything's set up that way. Then it's not going to be a problem. If your man cave is like the corner of the front room or something, where like family wander back and forth, yeah, you can sometimes see things that you weren't meant to see. Need to wait for it to warm up before I grow jalapenos again. Yeah, definitely. Well, I think if you potted them now and stuck them on the shelf, stuck them on the windowsill with a bit of cling film over the top of the pot until they sprout, they'll probably do okay. And then once they sprouted, you get a Coke bottle, cut the bottom off, and you pop that over the top of the pot. Works as a little miniature cloche. And you can have the lid on, lid off if you want to let some of the heat and steam out. Yeah, I'm not, I'm not going down the rabbit hole of what Claire might look like. I don't want to get in trouble with that one. I got in trouble before in that kind of area. And Claire's lovely, so I wouldn't. Yeah, Marit. I'm glad you've always got some sort of clothing on as well. To be fair, it's yeah. Otherwise, I'd be having to pop my eyes back in. I think they'd be bouncing off the back of my glasses. I want to try large pots for jalapenos all year round. Yeah, that'd be cool. Not exactly jalapeno growing conditions around here, but I don't eat anything that comes out of my garden. Yeah, I'll let one of the other guys answer that question for you, Michael. They're doing great, Marit. Obviously, still a bit skittish and a bit hidey-uppy. They're new. The Ember Tetras are doing. They've just gone. Oh, we've got a pair of epistogrammas in with us again. Right, lads. Positions. They all just instantly go from when it was just Tanky in there with them. They were all over the tank, just about doing their thing. Put a new pair of epistos in. It's like a big group or little group, all tightly packed together. But yeah, new ones are doing great. We might be losing Missy Cribensis because her and Daddy Crib had a bit of an argument, and she's kind of like plop. She seems okay in herself. She's still got all her colour. So she's just hiding up by the cave at the moment. So whether she's guarding eggs, I know Spotty's on eggs again. So we're going to have more bristle noses. And as you weren't here, I don't know, the clocks change the same time in Norway as they do in the UK. We've got another one of them this week. We got, as you might see, that's looking a bit brighter in there. We got new Night Crew plant aquarium light. And as I was talking to you earlier on in the week, effort, ka-ching. So, yours changed last night as well. Good, good, good. See, us Europeans are sensible. We'll do it at the same time. Well, of course I am, Marek. You're my friend. God, that was sappy, weren't it? Oh well, never mind. Yeah, I wouldn't have got it if I didn't have that 50% off voucher for Pets at Home. I was tempted to get a whole lot more because the other thing they have running at the moment is if you buy a fish tank, you get £5 off of your first fish. Okay, it wouldn't have been my first fish, but yeah, it was tempting. But yeah, chain store, catering for general usage. So yeah, not really anything suitable or that I wanted. I could have bought some cribs, I suppose, or some bristle noses. Damn, why didn't I buy cribs and bristle noses? Oh yeah. Oh no, you need a new filter in the 240. Oh, bummer. Nearly killed her. I ain't got any spares kicking about at the moment. Are you internal or external, Marek? Are you canister on that or internal filters? As my phone is pinging from across the room. Do I need to go and look at that, anybody? It's pinging multiple times. Oh dear. That could be someone trying to put me off my stride. I was going to say stroke then. Pixie, you're tanky. That's okay. Oh, in that case, we should go have a look. And I shall check the reflections because I know what you're like. Ugh. Bob, the man, the myth, the legend. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well with you. Oh. Come on, phone, open the picture up. Sorry, I was just scrolling through the picture. No interesting reflections. Oh, I see a baby. Is that a baby whiptail or a baby pleco on the glass? Yeah. What? What kind of filter are you looking for, Marek? Let me know. We'll see if we can figure something out. Growing. Okie doke. This hasn't got that stupid long tail. So not stupid, but absurdly long tail yet. Yeah, I know we've got different power points, sockets. We'll talk about it later, Marek. I might be able to help you out a little bit with that one. But yes, I'm hoping to get external. Fair enough. I'll say again, and I shall. If you message me your PayPal, I'll see what I. Uh-oh. Right. Other thing I did is I moved some of the Shelleys out from the main tank. May not have moved quite enough because there's still some arguifying going on. But now, well, 2 filters going in now, they clog up. Oh, I know that feeling. I'm fully conversant with filters clogging up. Kind of happens when you. That's why I got the U1 filters for these, to reduce the amount of times per week I had to declog the filters. Because the little ones that came with the tanks, well, nothing wrong with them. And if you were to stock the tanks with kind of what you should put in a, well, it was 22 litres, that 5.5 gallon? Yeah, 5.5 gallon-ish. If you stocked them with what would be suitable stocking for those tanks, those filters would be fine. But yeah, considering the stocking levels that I do have in these, it's a bit over what it should be. One of those where how can I put it? If you follow by what people say online about what you can go into a tank, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't be me if I stuck to what everyone said you can do. Would I really? I mean, hey. Run away then, Marek. Run away. Well, so I do have spare funds kicking about in my PayPal if you're a little short and need a little extra. You know that Sean and I would do that. There's probably plenty of other people here that would as well. You know. Oh dear, he's dead already. Stop trying to eat him. Yeah, when I say about arguments in the Shelley tank, yeah, one of the smaller fry has been murderified. But they aren't exactly the easiest things to catch, even if I did use Sean's tip on how to catch them. Still takes a while. I know you know. Just making sure you know what buddies do. We help each other out. What the fish fam does, we help each other out. And at the very worst, I've got your address, so I could send you the cash. And yes, the post office in the building I work in is also an exchange as well. But hey ho. There may well be, but you know, it's money that people have given to me either via, again, super chats, sent to me on PayPal, or from just literally sitting and watching my videos. So that's it. Hey Warrior, how you diddling? And it's still not sponsored, by the way, but just had best part of, I just had 3 days off, best part of 4 days off. I need caffeine if I've got to go to work 3 hours tonight. Annoyingly, yeah, I'm all right. Just everyone else. Just I tend to generally operate on a fairly even level. I mean, it's a fair way below most people's level, but as I was saying earlier about depression, ooh, getting some African dwarf frogs. Cool. Something I've thought about, but then I look outside and yeah, I don't need any more frogs. I was actually tempted to get some of the frog spawn and bring it indoors and grow some of the tadpoles up. It's all right, Warren. We can figure out what that means. Yeah, I'm used to reading Chinglish instructions in model kits and radio control car kits, so actual English just slightly misspelt due to either fat thumbs or just general typos. Yeah, that's easy. Big Tank Hank, peace, brother. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. We all do it. I mean, yeah. So at least your OCarrot isn't on your phone, isn't turning lockdown to lick down. And the autocorrect's off on my phone and it still does it. So, I don't know. Predictive text gone wrong. I'm not going to understand it on my tablet. You know, I can understand that automatically going for the porn version of whatever I'm trying to type in, but you know, not my phone, because who the heck wants to watch porn on a screen that big? You know, it's I wonder if the picture will actually show. Now, what's that? Mary's home. I was wondering if the picture will actually show through onto. No, don't want any of that. You don't want to see that. There you go. That's the one. I don't know whether the camera will actually pick this up, whether it would just be a completely blurred out mess. Yeah, completely blurred out mess, or whited out anyway. But that is the Epistogramma agadoos. Agadoo, do, push pineapple, shake a tree. Agadoo, do. Yeah, Mara's lucky she gets to see pictures of my fishies. Yeah. Spaz is hiding up today. That's probably the Akaras being a bit territorial and nipped him a couple of times. He's gone, all right, I'm just going to hide over here then. He's not in his normal hidey hole, because that's where the Epistos dug a little hole. So, yeah, you, Epistos, Akaras. Yes, I'm talking about you again. And quite how those Ember Tetras still haven't been eaten, I don't know. Because the Akaras are big enough to eat them. The Guppy and the Harlequin have had an argument. For some reason, the Guppy and the Harlequin Rasbora decided to have an argument. Probably about who's going to get eaten next. Whichever one of them is dumb enough to swim in front of Spaz when he's hungry. Oh, a few more days before Marritt's shipment comes in. Good, good, good. That'll be all exciting. I look forward to seeing pickies or videos of that. It's always good when you get wet fingers. Oh, oh, was that safe? Yeah, that was safe. I was wondering whether I was going to have to get the water change bucket for a bit and pop that under the chair. New whippies, exactly. Any specific type, coloration, flavour? So that's the ones I saw on Friday were Royal Twig Whiptail Catfish. Well, yeah, Royal Twig Whiptail Reds. Bit of a mouthful to get out. But yeah. But as you said, they're not suitable for any of my tanks. I didn't get them. I'm a good boy. Yeah, red lizard, they're the ones. Yeah. Very cool looking fish. Yeah. Kind of look like a super red bristlenose that has been stretched. But that's the other thing I did look at was they had super red bristlenoses. They weren't long fins, which isn't really going to be a problem. And there was one in the tank that was definitely male. Let's put it that way. Had bristles. But when there's 50 bristlenoses in a tank and you want the person to catch a certain one, it's just a pain in the hole. So I decided I didn't want to be that much of a git. 6 cories and 6 guppies in a 20-gallon. Yeah. By the time you've added a couple of plecos, a couple of cribs, a bunch of snails, a couple of other random fish, that'd be well stocked. I'm really not the person to be asking about, you know, what to stock a tank with, because I always overstock everything. Cories and guppies need different water. Yeah, true. Cories do prefer it softer. Guppies prefer it harder. But you can keep it somewhere in the middle. They'd probably both be fine. Especially if it's one of the more common types of cory, like a bronze or a albino, which is a bronze, or panda, because most of them are now, if not all of them are, captive bred rather than wild caught. It's one of the things, if you get fish from local to you, even if they should have this parameter, if they've been locally bred and raised, they're going to be used to those parameters. So it's like the apistos. Yes, I know they prefer lower pHs and softer waters, but my water is actually softer than the water in the shop they came from because I did a test. This is something I do whenever I get new fish, especially when it's been a while and I can't quite remember what the water of that particular shop is like. I do a water test to see, not for ammonia and nitrates and that kind of thing, but pH and just general hardness. Then I can usually go, yeah, that's close enough. Or, well, what we're going to do is we're going to acclimate them, but we're also going to be, rather than just giving them the sort of half-hour plop and drop technique, just temp acclimate. Then, cories like a bit of movement in the water, guppies don't. Yeah, true. I mean, in the wild, guppies come from little mountain streams which do zoom along fairly well. Again, now we're back to the fact that we bred them with massive tails. They struggle to swim in high water movements. So again, it's something you can probably get in the middle of. And I've certainly seen worse combinations of fish. Yeah, clown leeches, electric blue acaras, and a bashir along with plecos. Yeah, it's, you wouldn't get things spot on for both. You get it somewhere in the middle of what both like, and you're usually okay, in my experience anyway. But, yeah, so go. I mean, given the fact, especially if you get any female guppies, they'll have babies within 2 days of being dropped into the tank. Yeah, guppies are bred to hell. Exactly. That's one of the reasons when I get guppies, in the past when I've got guppies, I get a bunch of different colours and types and mix them all together. Okay, you might not get the Dumbo-eared, mosaic, Russian blue, whatever. They're all just going to be mutts. They all are just mutts anyway. Doesn't matter how hard you line breed it, it's still just a mutt guppy. But my thing is, by getting the different types, A, it's more interesting to look at, and B, they're all going to interbreed, and then the babies should hopefully be a bit tougher than the adults as you're spreading the genes back again. Anything you line breed, you reduce the amount of available genetics until you get to a point where it's just broken, which I think is where we're pretty close to with guppies now. And probably, yeah, cattails get so big they can't swim. Same with some of the betters as well. I mean, if you look at a natural betta splendens, wild one, they look absolutely nothing like the ones we have in our tanks. And that's one of the reasons I went for Engelbert, is because he's got small fins. And okay, he's Dumbo here, ish. But yeah, it's just easier when they got smaller fins. Don't get caught up and tangled up in everything and ripped to shreds, and they can swim easy, so you can get away with actually having a filter with a bit of water movement in there. Only problem is you can't then keep them with things like shrimp because they can actually catch them. Yeah, wild one's way more beautiful. Yeah. Chubbs, how you doing, bud? All good here, matey. I mean, I'm insane, and nothing's changed there. Oh dear, got that swallowy thing going on. Sounds like having some sinusy type issue. Never mind. Get some menthol down me later and all be good. Have a good hack attack while I'm at work. That'll go down well. Oh, and be careful when a cough knocks a fart as well. Oh. Yes, the coughing away for a week or so, and then the various cold remedies had the effect that I was expecting them to. So, being careful at the moment. Otherwise, what made Marriott wet herself last week may well happen. I think we could all really do without that, especially as I've got to go to work in less than an hour. I was hoping to not have to change my clothes too much before I go. It's Just hoping to just change the t-shirt to uniform top and job done. Yeah, you were laughing hard. I'm glad I could put a smile on your face. Same with anyone that's here, anyone that tunes in, watches. If I can put a smile on your face, I've done my job. Or if I can make you think about something. Yeah. Of course, someone go, oh, hang on. Yeah, that makes, oh, yeah. And make you think about it. Also done my job. Oh, pardon me. One of these days I'm going to burp full power and it'll definitely distort the microphone. Yeah, welcome to the crazy world. The weird and wonderful world of a Sharpe live stream. Well, 1 minute we can be talking about fish breeding behaviour and parenting and communication, and next minute we've been talking about sharting. Yeah, that's what happens. I think it's everyone just knows my level. That's what it is. People aren't afraid to say these things with me. It's like, I'll probably go, yeah, done that. And thankfully I've not peed myself on a live stream. I have actually gone to the toilet, but never say never. I haven't fallen asleep in one either. I know plenty of people who have. Oops, we did it again. Yes. It's all a bit of fun. Shouldn't take life too seriously. We get one chance at it, we might as well enjoy it. Yeah. For every one of us that are here, there are millions that aren't. Millions that didn't win the race. Or expended their life energy swimming around in a sock or whatever. That's life. It's all right. I can sing because it's never going to get caught out for copyright. Because no one's going to, no algorithm is going to get my voice and put it to an actual song. Especially Frank Sinatra. Oh dear. Exactly. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, human beings, we don't want brood sizes like fish do. We don't want like upwards of 100 babies every month each. Oh God, can you imagine? It'd be horrific. I haven't got any. That's too many. But I don't think I have anyway. I might just not know. But they'll be over 18 if they are, so not my problem. Yeah, it's like if you watch a guppy give birth and the amount of baby fish that come out of that poor female guppy, and you're thinking, how the heck did they all even fit inside you? I know you were the size of a barrel when you gave birth, but yeah, I have no idea where Sean is, Marek. I've spoken about shell dwellers. I've talked about pooping myself. The usual things that draw a Sean into the conversation. I even mentioned him. Perhaps he's busy, Marek. Might be asleep or out doing something in the Shelley shed. got his phone indoors and can't hear it. Keep females and males apart in different tanks. Sensible. Although literally every time I've bought guppies, within 2 days they've dropped fry. It just happens. I think some of them are just born pregnant. And if you're wondering what that is floating around up there, that is actually a bit of the sponge from me inside of one of the filters that were in there. To maintain the cycle, I just pulled the sponges out of the filters and chucked them in the tanks when I put the new filters in. Give it a couple of weeks, take them out, job done. I'll give them a squeeze out and job done. I might have to actually get another power cord for them. Run a few more power filters rather than the air filters. We shall see. Free fish, paying less for more. Yep. Or in the case of me and guppies, free fish food. I did have 50 guppies-ish, and then I bought a Bashir. Now I have one guppy. And a big Bashir. Oh, actually saying that, while we were at Swallow Aquatics today, because we went in there to get the sand and the rock, because Pets at Home didn't have any sand. They have a monster tank. Well, they've got a few monstrous tanks. But this one is their freshwater monster tank. So it's got red-tailed catfish in it. It's got giant gouramis in it. There's a pacu in there. There's another honking great catfish. Horsehead, perhaps, something like that. It's got a long head. For some reason, a couple of random small cichlids that have got in there as well. I think they may have been snacks that escaped. They had a full-grown Bashir in there. I was like, oh, right, yeah. That's why we're not keeping Spaz till he's fully grown. Little Cheryl, hello, my dearie, how are you? Just caught the last 20 minutes before I have to go off and be polite to the public again. It'd be great working in a shop if you didn't have to be polite to the public. If you could just tell them exactly what you felt. You wouldn't get home wanting to strangle someone anyway, let's put it that way. Which is pretty regular for me. If I don't. Oh dear. Well, this is it. Phones beep away, and half the time we are out of earshot, don't hear it, or forget that it beeped, or the notification goes out just as the streams are ending. That's the usual one. I did get something else today. We got lucky and we found 3 more packs of Tony the Bunny's favourite Norse sticks. So I basically bought Pets at Home out of them. It's like, well, while they're there, I'm going to buy them because I know Tony loves them. Tony is an awesome little bunny. And so, and hey, 50% off. So. Hang on, we've got a pic of Tony. I know I've got pictures of Tony Bunny. Yes, Tony is awesome. Because he's actually there he is. Tony. No, actually, Tony isn't my rabbit. He's Nadine's rabbit, which is Mary's daughter. And he lives with Mary's ex-husband because Mary can't have animals where she lives. I have no idea why he got called Tony, but it's definitely not after Choose His Shoes Off or Oki Akuso. Yeah. Yeah, put me on the list of people who can actually pronounce Tony's surname. The joy of keeping fish. You get to learn how to pronounce some really weird stuff. Oh, pardon me. Well, frog or tadpoles from outdoor tub, apparently it's illegal. It is illegal to remove them from the wild, Cheryl. Sorry, Marek. Well, at least I like about 100 people in the centre of Oslo didn't hear it. Yeah, it's illegal to take them from the wild. I'm not sure how it counts with them being in the pond in my garden, as to whether I could grab some frog spawn and chuck it in a tank. Because let's be honest, there's more chance of them surviving in one of my tanks than there is in the pond. 4 hungry comets in there that don't get fed. They eat what is in the pond, so chances are they'll probably all get eaten anyway. So yeah, it might be worth a go. Stick some tadpoles in a tank and see what happens. Went for a walk out Cheddar today, saw wild fish, can't idea it was like a wild pond lake. Looked cool. Up near the surface or deep down, colours, shapes. If it's a wild if it's naturally stocked UK pond, chances are it's either going to be roach or rudd or perch. They're the three that you get everywhere. Other than that, up near visible would either be carp, potential will be at the bottom, bream will be right at the bottom, maybe chub if there's some in there, or pike. Just to collect, unless they come in naturally. Yeah, it's not something I can really send you either, is it? Yeah, I mean, I would think as they're not technically coming from the wild, they're coming from semi-captivity in my pond. Especially now the fence has been repaired, I've got to remember to dig a hole under it so they can get out of the garden again. Yeah, I think technically it'd be okay. I mean, if they could. We do have golden and blue orphan-eyed in our wild lakes now, and goldfish and koi, all sorts. Bob's asking, what is the UK version of the Fish and Game Commission, just for bond and warrant purposes? Not entirely sure. Be the Environment Agency, I would have thought. Yeah, be the Environment Agency. I seriously doubt they'd be too worried about me taking some frog spawn from my pond. Clear like guppy females and a minnow structure. Probably this time of year then. Probably are going to be either young roach or young rudd. I'd probably put money on being young roach. They make great bait for perch. Trust me. From going back in the day when we used to use live fish to catch other fish, which is now very much frowned upon. I think actually might be illegal now. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's against the law, but I really don't think anyone would have too much issue with you grabbing a small handful of tadpoles and put out of a local pond and putting them in your garden pond. I really don't think anyone would have too much of an issue. We used to do it as kids when we were at school. every year there would be the little fish tank in the school classroom. Excuse me again. Where no, the teacher would bring some tadpoles or some frog spawn in. As you go in every day, you get to see how they develop from the eggs to the little tadpoles, start growing legs, turn into little frogs. That was always a fun time. Probably don't do it anymore these days. Sean's on a delay. Yeah, our clock's changed this week, Sean. You got 10 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, I think it is illegal now to use live bait, and it's been illegal for years to use barbed hooks. Yeah, I know it's just nature, but yeah, people don't catch like one or two small fish to use as bait. They catch a load of them, and they pretty much all die. It's stopping the introduction of disease. Internet went out again. Yeah, I'd say we used to share frog spawn between if one person had frog spawn in a pond and someone didn't. You know, if you move the spawn, they will come back to that pond. If you move them once they're developing legs, they'll go back to where they were spawned, as it were. I'm not sure about the tadpole stage. They might stay or come back every year, but you literally only need a couple to come back, and yeah, you can end up with the Caligula pond that I end up with every year. It looks like a scene out of some Roman orgy out there. Thankfully, they've all gone now. It's just the year-round resident frogs that are left. The rest of all evacuated. So I've got to stream now. I've got to stream half hour less. So I've got to go to work in 38. Well, I've got to be at work in 33 minutes. Ooh, I don't think I could manage a 3-hour stream. There would definitely have to be some serious toilet breaks. Oh, pardon me again. I think that might just be wind. Might be eating too many cream cakes today. Is there such a thing as eating too many cream cakes? Nah. I mean, I've had 2 of my 5 a day, at least. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think a lot of it is that the numbers of frogs in the wild are plummeting quite scarily due to us, building houses where they would normally live. Where I used to live in a state in the southern US, chicken frogs. Yeah, slightly different to the UK common frog, which you'll fully grown will fit in your hand quite easily. And you can stand up and hold it like that and it will go way and be absolutely fine. Nutty creatures. Like a very cool brrr sound until a cat grabs them and then they scream like a small child. Which is where Zach. That's why he was scared of them, because he grabbed one once and it screamed at him and he didn't like it. He doesn't like being screamed at, or didn't. Still doesn't. I had to tell him off the other day for pulling the airlines off of the pump. Came down in the morning. None of these tanks had air in them. Yeah, he pulled both the airlines off. So cut another ½ an inch off of each airline to get rid of the tooth holes and put them back on again. Those frogs are moving much cooler. Yeah, that's not a frog. And people wonder why in certain southern US states there are so many tales of random swamp-dwelling cryptids. And if you've got 2-foot frogs, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, frogs are basically the kangaroos of the amphibian world. Oh, other things I saw today. Gigantic tarantulas on sale. And none of them came with a flamethrower. That's just wrong. If someone's going to buy a gigantic tarantula, part of the deal should include a flamethrower. Exactly. No, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were. I mean, like the red legs and what have you were, normal tarantula size, and there were ones like that. And they were juvenile. What were they? Goliath bird eaters. Size of a small plate. Yeah, I don't want one of them. I don't want a spider that you can hear walking along. We also had alligator snapping turtles that was wide around as a man. I go, oh yeah, I know how big alligator snappers get. Chicken frogs are crazy. Everyone jump. That wasn't a chicken frog, Sean. That was an X. Oh, that's grim. Sorry. that was a bit grim. A bit dark even for me. Ooh. And yes, I forgot to turn the kitchen light on, and now it's getting dark outside as well. So the picture's gradually getting darker and darker with the light from the tanks behind me. Yeah, take an alligator snapper any day over a spider. Definitely. At least one's edible. And just think the size of the ashtray you'd get from an alligator snapping turtle. That'd be one that even I'd struggle to fill up in a week. I don't know somewhere around here I've got an actual ashtray made out of a tortoise shell. It was like my granddad's or something like that. Or I didn't like buy a tortoise and hollow it out to make an ashtray. It was already like that when I got it. He says, although I'm sure no one would probably be surprised if I had done that. Blue hairless tarantula. Yeah, again, burn it with fire. There's just no need. A spider only has to be big enough to eat a fly or an insect. Doesn't have to be big enough to eat birds and small mammals. Granddaddy long legs. Yeah, nah. They can. This is why I like England. We don't have gigantic spiders or 2-foot frogs that like to sit on your face, or alligator snapping turtles. Both edible if you're hungry. No, I couldn't eat spider. I know I've eaten a few. Let's be honest, we all have. But yeah, no. Don't care how you dress it up. I'm not eating spider. there are giant praying mantises. Hi Kerry. Science Skull. No spiders for me. Yeah, exactly. Nope. Just no need. I mean, unless you do need, a target for a drone strike, then the spider is perfect. Um, giant praying mantises, they're cool. Yeah, praying mantises are cool. We don't get anything. The closest we get to that is a grasshopper, about that big. There's not really anything scary in the UK animal-wise, unless you count the escaped black panthers and pumas. Warrior keeps stick insects. Yeah, stick insects are cool because they're not going to kill you, or run at you, or bite you, or they might scratch you a bit with the end of their legs, but that's it. Anyway, unfortunately, I do have to get on, go deal with the public. So thank you to everyone for turning up. We should be back to full length tomorrow next week. Ginny, both. Jack the Ripper has my attention. So yeah, have fun, stay safe, peace out, rock on, bye bye. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe.